I'm a senior sociology major.
I am a studio art major.
I'm an econ major with sociology minor.
Political science major.
I graduated from Macalester 2010. I was an English major, creative writing, and then I had an Asian studies minor and a Japanese minor as well.
I'm a senior at Macalester. I'm an English major, WGSS, and art history minors.
I'm a junior geography major.
I'm a senior, a German studies major and American studies minor.
I'm an applied math and statistics major.
I'm an econ major.
I'm a senior history major.
I'm a junior sociology major.
I'm a senior sociology and international studies major.
I'm a junior religious studies major.
I'm taking my third class with Deb now. The funny thing is that I'm an econ and math major, and I've taken more classes with Deb than I have with any econ or math professor.
I've taken sociology of sexuality. I've taken sociology of culture. I took sociology of work. I'm taking interpretive social methods now. I've taken a Deb class practically every semester I've been here.
Intro to sociology, sociology of culture, and interpretive social research.
Last year I took sociology of work with Deb.
I've taken sociology of sexuality, sociology of work, my capstone senior seminar classes with Deb, and next semester I'm also taking her class on consumer culture.
I took sociology of sexuality when I was a sophomore, second semester sophomore year.
I have taken sociology of sexuality, and I'm currently in senior seminar with Deb.
I've taken sociology of work and sociology of sexualities.
I took sociology of work and sociology of sex.
I was able to take sociology of work with Deb and sociology of sexuality with Deb.
I'm also taking my senior seminar with Deb, and then I will be taking sociology of consumer culture with Deb in the spring to finish off my Macalester career the right way.
Well, one of the most important things about Deb as a professor is that she really cares that the students find the material interesting. She will bend over backwards in order to make her classes interesting.
If I could say that social sex should be a requirement for all students, I would, because it completely changed how I thought.
Well, I sort of had the privilege of hearing about Deb a lot before I actually took classes with her. And I have to admit I was sort of skeptical just from all of the crazy positive things that people had said. I was sort of like, there's no way that a professor could be this universally loved. And over the past couple of months, I've learned to realize that everything I heard was true. And she's one of the most remarkable people I've ever met.
She's the only professor who has wait lists of 30 to 40 students every semester. She's the most in-demand professor on campus.
Such a powerfully emotional person and can inspire you in so many different ways. And anytime you need to talk to somebody, Deb is just absolutely the person to go to.
She's always been there for me.
She believes she can change the world through her students.
I think it's important to keep Deb at Macalester because students like me would not have ended up taking a single sociology course, forget actually doing a minor in it.
It's rare to find, even at Macalester, a faculty member who is both intelligent and with such an inquiring mind, coupled together with that passion for learning and able to project that excitement onto her students and make them want to learn that material to the level and precision to which she knows it.
Deb really made me want to take more classes in Carnegie. I'm always in Olin Rice doing my problem sets, but Deb made me want to, take social sex and other classes.
I really liked how she approached her material with a sort of sense of humor, but at the same time a seriousness that made the material approachable and very interesting, engaging, without ever trivializing it, without ever not going as deeply into it as possible.
I've been challenged a lot at Macalester, specifically pushed by a lot of professors, which is excellent. But it's also great how Deb let me be the boss of myself and push myself further than I thought I was going to go, and do a project larger and more important to me personally than I would have thought of in any other class.
I think it's very important. Macalester prides itself on, having small classes and having kids be able to form a personal relationship with their professors, and I absolutely love that about Macalester. And Deb goes above and beyond that kind of personable professor, role.
The reason why a lot of people come to small liberal arts college is so they can establish good, strong relationships with their professors that will help them through their academic struggles. And I had good professors but I had trouble establishing a personal relationship with them. And at the beginning of my second semester sophomore year, when I was going through really hard times and I was even thinking about leaving McAllister, I met Deb. And not only did Deb help me through my academic struggles, she also really helped with my personal problems. And thus, I not only decided to stay, but I became a sociology major.
She's driven to make the students care about the material. And I think a result of that is how many people I know who have become soc majors or minors simply after taking a class with her.
It got me captivated, and every semester I used to look at which sociology courses are offered and tried to resist taking her course, but I always ended up taking it because it's too difficult not to.
Her passion for sociology just radiates from her, and it excites everybody in the classroom.
I'm in interpretive social research with her, and she is always coming up with new ideas for us on our projects, always really trying to synthesize and get people to work together and just getting people really excited about what they're doing in their field research.
We spent a lot of time with Foucault to make sure that we really understood what he was saying, and it really does like blow your mind. It changes how you look at the world. And
I would have to say that Foucault is really, really dense, but of all the theory that I've had to learn, it was some of the easiest because Deb was teaching it.
What made it special was that Deb created the course with a lot of trust, and I think as a class I've never had that sense of community with a class before, and that was important for a lot of reasons, because it was fun to come to class every day, but also we had to ask each other really challenging questions.
My favorite moment with Deb is when I thought about becoming a sociology major. Someone recommended that I come in and speak with her, so I wrote her an email and came into the office, and she sat me down in her office and we started talking about like my academic interests, and then halfway through the meeting she pretty much decided I was going to be a sociology major and introduced me to like every single faculty member in the sociology office, like all the student workers, like sat me down, gave me some food. And it was just pretty indicative of her as a person.
The fact that there's someone like Deb, even though not everyone's going to be fortunate enough to take a class with her, is really meaningful for the McAllister community. And I would say it's a huge loss for the community building aspect of McAllister if we lose such a great person like Deb.
Having that foundation with her has given me the ability to try to find that with other professors, because she let me know that it was possible to have that relationship with teachers.
Sociology of sexuality just like blasted me wide open to all the awesome gender and sexuality stuff going on in sociology, which is my ballywick, as Deb would say.
the investment that she has in what she's doing at McAllister. She really cares about the material that she's teaching. She really cares about her students, and not just that they succeed in her class, because she wants everyone to succeed in her class, but also how they're doing as people, and why they're interested in like writing this research paper on the specific topic they choose, and how they can take what they're learning in the class and make it a part of their life and further their experience outside of the classroom.
Every day she's genuinely happy to see you, which is why you almost feel guilty if you ever even think about like missing one of her classes.
She really makes us feel like the journey that we're going through together in class is something that we share. That as much as she's teaching us, we're teaching her.
I think she's the first professor at McAllister that made me feel that I really had something to contribute, that I was a good student, and she really gave me faith and confidence in myself, which has helped me not just in her classes, but I would just say in life.
You know that when you have a conversation with her, it's going to be highly theoretical if that's what you need, or it's going to be like a 5-minute hug if that's what you need, and she knows how to use both of those to make your day the best.
I never really had that connection with professors. I never really had that deep feeling of trust and respect and just compassion to a professor like that. And Deb is just all of that.
Walking from Carnegie 206 to the office in 207, which is like a 5-step walk, and there's like 8 kids all over trying to get 5 minutes of her time, and it just shows how important she is to so many different people here at Mac, sociology majors and non-sociology majors both.
So I think it's really nice that she brings people from other departments into the sociology department. It really makes it interdisciplinary.
But she was the connection that made us come together and become a great class and also a great group. So I think if I'm standing here with Trevor as a good friend, it's because of her.
I know when I was coming here, I talked to a current student and said, oh, I'm kind of interested in sociology, and she said, for sure you have to take Deb Smith. That was really cool. I know one of my friends who was a PF who sat in on Deb's class and just was blown away by it, and it definitely influenced her decision to come here.
But when I came to college, I had this very idealized notion of what a professor would be. In all these schools I would visit would talk about how, you have lunch with your professors and you can, meet up with your professor after class and talk to him. And while that has been the case with some of the professors I've had, no one has better exemplified what I had hoped a college professor would be than Deb Smith.
I think that Deb is a very important professor because not only do students here respect her, and she draws a lot of people from outside the sociology department in.
She has a tradition of having an end of semester party and has her classes and the sociology professors over. And it's a great time. We all hang out, we all talk about sociology, we all talk about our lives.
McAllister is home of unique people, and Deb certainly fits the bill. And I think that without her, McAllister will lose just such a bright spot and just such a motivating presence.
I think it's really important to keep Deb at Mac for a lot of reasons. It would be a shame if students in the future didn't have the opportunity to have her as a professor because it's such a great experience.
Keeping Deb at Mac means keeping inspiration around.
I hope she finds a job where she feels needed, and I hope she finds a job where she likes what she's doing. And hopefully that will all be at McAllister. Keep Deb at Mac.
I want to keep Deb at Mac.
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 Keep Deb at Mac. Keep Deb at Mac.
Thank you.
Thank you.